I promise you, mindfulness is not just for the yoga influencers that seem like they spend half their time in Bali. Welcome to today's video. If this is your first time here, hey, I'm Amber. Thanks so much for stopping by. In layman's terms, mindfulness is a state of being aware of your body, your thoughts, your feelings, and your surroundings. And it's in this state of being that it's easier to regulate yourself as well. Have you ever been in an argument with someone and you say to them, "Why are you yelling?" And they're like, "I'm not yelling." A lot of the time, they probably are, and they just don't have the awareness to realize that they are in fact raising their voice. And I can tell you, I have been the person that's unknowingly raising my voice as well. That's just a common example of a situation where having a mindfulness practice can be really beneficial because it can help you to more quickly realize like, oh, hey, I'm raising my voice, and to take it down a few notches, or even better would be that it can help you to regulate yourself throughout a disagreement so that you never get to the point where you're raising your voice in the first place. As moms, we tend to be in go mode a lot of the time, just trying to do this, that, the other. And with that can come forgetting to take time to just be. And it makes sense because we have to take care of ourselves, our home, and then we have to keep our little humans alive. So that is why today I'm sharing with you 7 really practical ways that I practice mindfulness that you can also easily incorporate into your day and your life. And practicing mindfulness can help you to feel more balanced and happy as an individual, but it also can affect how you interact with those around you. So this can be really good for the entire family. The first thing is to start your day off in a slower and more calm way. And the easiest way that you can do this without needing to change much in your routine is to stay off your phone first thing in the morning. There are tons of articles out there that will give you lists of all the reasons that it's not good to be on your phone first thing in the morning, from eye strain to messing with your focus to possibly being triggered first thing in the morning. A lot of us know this and we do it anyways. The way that you begin your day can really set the tone for the rest of your day. So I would encourage you to try just spending the first 30 minutes or even better, the first hour of the day without your phone. You can put it in another room, or if you want to have it near you just in case, you can set a timer so that you're not tempted to get on it prematurely. Just try it for a week or even just a few days and notice how you feel. You might find that if you start your day in a calmer way, it can be easier to maintain and come back to that sense of calm throughout the day. And one thing I can guarantee you is that it's not gonna hurt to just give this a try. The second tip is to create moments of self-care daily, ideally, by doing something by yourself and for yourself. And when I say by yourself, I mean without your kids, because sometimes your spouse or partner might be there, and I would say that's okay because you can like tell them, please leave me alone, and they'll probably respect that. For myself, this looks like waking up early so that I can read a little bit and enjoy a hot cup of coffee or tea before my son gets up. This is also why I try my best to get a house chore or two done while my son is awake, so that when he goes down for his nap, I have another chance to have a little bit of time for myself. I filmed a whole video about how I managed to do that. I'll link that one right up here if you want to check that out, and I'll put it in the description box as well. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It could just be taking 5 minutes to step outside and get some fresh air by yourself. Having these moments on a regular basis, though, can do wonders for your own well-being and happiness. And let's be realistic, as a mom, there might be some days where there is absolutely zero time. But what I've found for myself is that by being more intentional with my time on a regular basis, when there are days that I don't have any time, it doesn't really feel like as big of a deal because I'm not like, oh my gosh, like that was my only chance, you know? Before we get on to the next tip, if you are enjoying this so far and you like kind of crunchy motherhood, slow living, and homemaking type videos, please hit that subscribe button down there. I'd love to see you around here more often. The third tip is to de-stress your day by creating 1 or 2 baby or child-proof spaces in your home. Now you might be like, what does that have to do with mindfulness? But hear me out. This one is not necessarily about practicing mindfulness itself. It's more about creating an environment in your home that makes it easier to be mindful in. If you are a mom, you either already know this or you are going to find out about this very soon. Once kids get moving, they want to get into everything, and it is crazy how fast they can get from point A to point B. Like, you might just turn your head for a moment. When you turn back, they are halfway across the room and getting into a drawer. And what this can do is put you in a high alert, high stress state for a lot of the day when they're playing. Now, I'm not saying that you need to baby proof your entire house. I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Just to have 1 or 2 rooms or spaces that are as baby proof as you can get them, so that you can bring your child there and they can play without any or many restrictions. What this does is it helps take you from that high stress state of mind to a more calm, relaxed state of mind where it's easy to be aware and mindful. This is good for you because you can sit back and relax and watch your child play mindfully, or you can play peacefully alongside of them. And it's really good for your child actually to be able to play and explore freely every now and then. The 4th tip is to incorporate movement into your daily routine or even every other day. It's no secret that movement is so good for your body and your health. It's also great for your mindfulness practice because it can help you shift your focus from anxious or distracting thoughts to the sensations of your body and your breath. I've had to adjust what my workout or movement routine looks like since becoming a mom, because before I used to work out for an hour and then I'd go on a run, and then that night I would do like 20 to 30 minutes of yoga, and there is no way that that's possible anymore. So I think as a mom, it's really important to get it in your head that even 5 minutes of something is better than nothing. My current workout routine looks like 5 to 15 minutes of yoga or Pilates or maybe some light weights every other day, if that. But something that I try to do every single day is to just take my son on a 20-minute walk in the morning. And there are some days where that feels like enough. So it doesn't have to be anything super strenuous if that's not your jam. Anything from walking to gentle stretching counts. The 5th tip is breath work, and you do not need to be on a cushion in the middle of a dark room with like 1 candle in front of you to practice breath work. There are so many different breathing techniques out there that might feel good for you, but to keep this video practical and simple, I'm just gonna focus on what I think is the easiest one, and that is deep cleansing breaths. And I don't mean like, I mean a long, deep inhale through your nose and a slow exhale out the mouth. And you can also make that exhale audible, like, and you might think that that looks or sounds silly, but if it feels good, who cares? You can practice this throughout the day occasionally for no reason. You could even invite your child to join in with you, but I'd really encourage you to practice deep breaths when you feel yourself getting frustrated, anxious, or upset. True story that happened just a couple days ago. I was putting my son down for his first nap, and normally he goes down really easily. Like, he knows his nap is coming because of his little routine. He just nestles in and goes right to sleep. But on this day, he was losing it, like crying hysterically. And I'm doing all the things. I'm like, shh, 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 shh. Nothing is working. And so I feel myself getting more and more frustrated. And so I started taking some deep breaths. First couple breaths, didn't really feel much of a difference. So I just stuck with it for a couple of minutes, and I felt myself coming down a few notches, and my son stopped crying and I was able to put him down. I walk out of the room and 2 minutes later I hear him crying because he woke up, but I had already done the work to regulate myself. So when I heard him wake up and start crying, I didn't immediately feel frustrated all over again. You see people talk about just like taking 1 or 2 deep breaths, but sometimes that is not enough and you need like minutes of deep breaths. The 6th tip is to allow your kids to slow you down. Sometimes I think it can feel like our kids are getting in the way of us being mindful, because it's like, okay, I just need to get these things done so that I can relax and be mindful, and you are making it harder for me to do that. Kids are really an invitation to slow down, especially young kids, because They have no agenda and they have no sense of hurry. And don't get me wrong, I love being productive, but getting things done is not the end all, because there's always going to be something else to do. So you're not really working towards any kind of an end here. You're just working towards more things that are inevitably going to need to be done. I would encourage you to, instead of rushing through your day and dragging your kids along with you, to slow down and invite them to observe, or even better, to participate alongside of you. And sometimes this means not getting as much done. If the thought of that bothers you, that is a great opportunity to invite some mindfulness and awareness into that moment and to ask yourself, why am I so bothered by the thought of this thing not getting done? Or what's the worst thing that's going to happen if this thing doesn't get finished right now? Rushing through your to-do list and your days can easily lead to rushing through your life, and in turn, teaching your kids to do the same, because they are watching and learning from you. The last tip is not to beat yourself up if you don't practice all of these things every single day perfectly, or even at all. I do not want to come across like, oh, I have it all together, because I don't. These are things that I am consistently working on a daily basis. It's called a mindfulness practice for that reason. It's something that you have to practice, and you don't have to be 100% perfect to be mindful. The point is that you are trying and that you're making small adjustments here and there throughout your day. Part of practicing mindfulness is practicing acceptance and grace for yourself. I think what you'll find is the more that you practice that acceptance and grace, the easier it is to give it to others as well. So maybe your partner and your kids. Those are the ways that I practice mindfulness on a daily basis as a mom. I hope that you found this helpful and that it makes mindfulness seem less like woo and more like something that you actually can experience in your own life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any other ways that you practice mindfulness, please let me and other moms know by leaving a comment. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.